our next section that we deal with is in Chapter 4, Irrational Numbers. This ties in directly to what we were doing with perfect squares and perfect cubes, because we need to know what those were before we went ahead with this, and how to deal with radicals. So an irrational number cannot be written in a divisor form, where m and n are integers, and the denominator is not 0. The decimal representation of an irrational number neither terminates nor repeats. So for instance, a classic irrational number that we deal with every day, not every day, but we all know, is pi. This never repeats, and nor does it end. Therefore, pi is irrational. That means it's way out here in this nice little Venn diagram that we have. You can write an irrational number in radical form. This is the exact value of an irrational number. So if we plug these into our calculator, we will see that this one, 8, ends. So this is rational. When we take the square root of 14, it is not a perfect square. Therefore, it is irrational. If we wanted to take the cube root of 8 over 27, this would work. The cube root of 8 over the cube root of 27 is really just 2 over 3. This is rational. We need to be able to order rational numbers, irrational numbers on the number line. So I have a number line for you. The first thing that I would suggest to do is to convert these all into one easy format to look at. So probably decimal form. So I know that this is 2.35. The square root of 18 is 4.24. The square root of 9 is 3. The fourth root of 27 is 2.27, and the cube root of -5, because we are allowed to take cube roots of negative numbers, is -1.709. So let's set this up. I will have -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of writing out what these values are, I'm just going to write out them in order of least to greatest by numbering them. So I know that this is 1. I know that this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's just because I don't have a lot of room. You guys can do it a different way as long as you have a good nomenclature of what you're doing. So right here, like for instance, I would put 1. I would circle it, so I know that it's this one that I'm dealing with. Then 2, I'm looking at 2.27, so that's probably like right here. And then I know that 3 is about right there. And then I know that the square root of 9 should be right here. So I put 4. And then I know 5 should be like right here. So do what you need to do in order to make it look representative. The other thing that you can do too, I would recommend this, is rewrite it down at the bottom that this is the order that you have declared it in, because that's easier for everyone to see. It's also easier for yourself to keep it in order as well. So not a bad idea in any regard. And this also shows me that you knew what you were doing while you were working. So if you look ahead, our assignment's down at the bottom, and that's all we're doing. You need to be able to recognize whether a number is rational or irrational, and you need to know how to use a number line to order them. Quick and simple.